Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we're doing 10-minute makeup for beginners. This is just products that I wish that I had when I was starting out because they're so hard to mess up with. We're gonna start with skin prep first. I'm only going in with 2 products. This is the Ilia, the Base Face Milk. It's just a lightweight moisturizer that strengthens your skin barrier at the same time. And then next I'm going in with the e.l.f. Thirst Burst Drops. This just makes my skin super glowy and it's really affordable too, and it looks really good under makeup. Just look how glowy and hydrated my skin is now. This is literally all you need, just any moisturizer and the e.l.f. Thirst Burst Drops. I feel like it's a perfect duo. Okay, next I'm gonna be going in with the Kosas BB cream. I used BB creams a lot when I was first starting out in makeup. I feel like they're so easy to use and it still gives you a medium coverage, which is nice. The Kosas one is my personal favorite. I use this pretty much every day in the summertime. I feel like it just evens out my skin tone really nicely and my skin still looks really glowy. Next, we're gonna bronze up the face with the Thread Complexion Stick. This is actually like $8 from Target. It is really easy to use. It's so blendable, so creamy. I'm going in with the shade 60. I will say normally I use shade 160, but it's way darker and I feel like using a lighter color bronzer will be a lot better for beginners. I feel like it just adds a really natural glow to the skin. And I do also bring my bronzer up onto my eyelids as well. Next, we're gonna go with blush. This is the Haus Labs Glassy Pomelo Cream Blush. The Haus Labs blushes are so easy to blend out and they're so creamy. I feel like it's really hard to mess up your makeup with this formula. And I just do a little bit on my cheeks and then on the tip of my nose. And again, it's just very subtle, but you could still see it. I also get a lot of questions on what makeup brushes I use, and I made an entire list in my LTK, literally just listing out all of my favorite brushes. So just letting y'all know that that's there. I'll have the link to my LTK in my description. Next, I'm going in with the Tower 28 Serum Concealer. So I go in with shade DTLA on my under eyes because it's a little bit brighter, and then shade 1E everywhere else because this is a bit closer to my skin tone. Okay, I lied. I put both shades everywhere. This is where I put them. I like keeping concealers concentrated to the center of my face, and you don't need a lot with this so it lasts you forever because again, it's very pigmented. And when I'm doing concealer, I like blending out the concealer here from my lip out to the bottom of my ear to just kind of carve out the bronzer we did earlier. And then I do also take my concealer from my under eye out to my temple, and I do bring it up the sides of my nose as well to kind of reverse contour. And now all of our cream products have been applied. I go in immediately with a setting powder because I don't want my under eyes to crease. So I'm taking the Kosas Cloud Set Setting Powder, and this is the Rose shade. I just really like pink setting powders because they're brightening. And I just tap into the setting powder with a clean powder puff and put that everywhere that we put concealer. So under my eyes, around my nose, and on my chin. Okay, so now that powder has gone on our face, we are done with cream products. You do all your cream products first and then you go in with powders. So next I'm gonna go into the Say Super Suede Baked Blushes, and this is in the shade Chow. If you're a beginner to makeup, I really recommend mauve colored blushes because it's kind of a mix between bronzer and blush, so it doesn't look too harsh on the skin. And I do also take my baked blush across the outer part of my eyelid as well. I feel like it just kind of helps everything blend together more. And then I run the excess down my nose. Now I'm gonna go in with the Charlotte Tilbury Liquid Highlighter. I know I said no cream products over powders. This is an exception. You can lay this over powders. So I'm just gonna put a little bit on my cheeks and then down my nose. And look at how bright and glowy that is. And I will even sometimes take it underneath my brow tail. Speaking of brows, actually, we're gonna fill in our brows with Kosas brow products. Now, eyebrows is something I didn't learn for a long time when starting my makeup. I literally just started doing my brows last year. So if you're new to makeup, you can just go through with a clear brow gel. I really like the one from Rare Beauty, but I'm going to go into the Kosas brow pencil or any brow pencil. Just make sure that it's your brow color. And I just create a line with my brow pencil from the front of my eyebrow out to my arch. And then I draw in that tail as well. And look at how much fuller this side already looks compared to this side. And then I personally also take a nano pot pencil because my eyebrows are a little bit far apart. This is all just based on your brow shape. And then I'll just fill in some fake hairs in the beginning of my eyebrows. And then like I said, going in with the Rare Beauty clear brow gel on top of all of that. But you want to be really gentle when you're applying this. We're not like sweeping all the hairs back. It's just to lay the brows in place because you don't want to mess up what you just drew in. I feel like doing your eyebrows really just makes your whole makeup routine come together. Okay, now we're gonna go in with powder bronzer. I really like this powder bronzer from Kimchi Chic Beauty. Again, it's really easy to use and you'll notice that it's not too dark on me, so it'll be really easy to blend into my makeup. I know we wanna look tan this summer, but you don't wanna grab a bronzer shade that's like super dark brown because it'll just look so harsh and unnatural on your skin. So now we're gonna set our cream bronzer with the powder bronzer. And I do personally take my bronzer down my neck. I used to literally walk out the house and I'd have like a harsh line of where my makeup stopped because when you talk, your skin from down here kind of comes up and shows. Also, get your ears because there's usually a harsh line of like your ears being super pale. Okay, next we're gonna go in with lip liner. I'm taking the Makeup Forever lip liner in the shade Wherever Walnut. Now you can use e.l.f., NYX, whatever. I just think these lip liners are super creamy and easy to blend out. You don't have to like dig into your skin to get the color to show up. And again, something I wish someone told me when I was starting out in makeup, you overline the middle of your lips, but do not overline the outsides or you'll literally look like Miranda Sings. You'll look crazy. And I love this color specifically because I feel like it's the perfect nude and it matches any makeup look you're going for, whether it's really natural or a full beat. Next, I'm gonna go on top of that with the Hourglass Lip gloss. I think it's a lip gloss. And this is in the shade Crave 140. This is probably my most used lippy. And I love the Hourglass ones because they're so glossy and they fill in your lip lines at the same time to make your lips look more full. Just look at how plump and juicy my lips look now. I really, really love these. I also really like the NYX Fat Oils and the Say Beauty glosses if you're looking for alternatives. And now it's time to curl the lashes. I arguably think that curling your lashes is more important than whatever mascara you're using, but it is the best lash curler in the whole world. I use it every single day. Do not get the $3 ones. And when you're curling your lashes, you want to look down into a mirror. So I put this below me. This is just so you can get as close to your lash line as possible. And then make sure you have every single lash in there and then clamp those lashes. I also look down while I do it. I feel like it makes them curl a little bit more. And I usually just hold this for like 15 to 30 seconds. It depends how much patience I have. And look at that curl. That is such a big difference. You definitely do not want to skip this step. Now I like curling my lash and then going in with mascara and then doing the same on that side, just so that my lashes don't have any time to fall before I put mascara on. So I'm gonna go in with the YSL Lash Clash Brown Mascara. I feel like brown is a little bit more natural and subtle than a black mascara. And they actually engraved my name on this one. It is so cute. It's important for the mascara step for you to look down because it helps you minimize how much mascara you're getting on your eyelids. And that's more important when you get into like eyeshadow looks and stuff, but still I like being in the habit of doing it. I start at the tip of my lashes and then work my way down to the base of my lashes. Just look at how good and long my lashes look on this side. That is such a big difference. And now we're just gonna repeat and do the same thing to the other side. All right, now my mascara is all on. I feel like brown mascara also makes blue eyes pop a little bit more. Now for a little bit of a final touch, I do take my bronzer and I go in with a little tiny eyeshadow brush and I just sweep that on my bottom lash line. I feel like doing this just gives your eyes so much more dimension. And then now's the time where I'll also go in and kind of carve out my nose a little bit more with the bronzer. I feel like we lost some of that highlighter, so I'm gonna put a little bit back. And now it is time to set the face. I highly recommend waiting for your mascara to dry all the way down. I literally made this mistake just yesterday where I'll spray my face and then your mascara will like run down a little bit because it's still wet. So definitely wait a couple minutes before spraying. I'm going in with the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Setting Spray. And look how glowy that made my skin. I really have no preference on setting sprays. It's just whichever one I grab first. Unless I'm going out for a festival or all night somewhere where I know I need my makeup to last. For glowy makeup, I'll use the Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray, the purple one. And for matte full beat makeup, I'll use the One Size Until Dawn Matte Setting Spray. But this is our completed look. I hope this was helpful for you. And it looks so good on camera and in person. Again, I'll have everything that I used in this video as well as my favorite makeup brushes for beginners linked in my LTK in the description. And I have some really exciting videos coming up as well. So if you haven't yet, make sure to subscribe to me too. I'll see y'all next week. Bye.